is in the room.
No, I didn't. But I thought, what is going on? I need to join the action. But I was
I
just
know that's why I did it. I tricked you. For the audience, they were really late, so I texted the group, "Oh my god, I can't believe you just said that," and it made Hemant come see what was happening. Well, it turns out I was sitting here alone doing nothing.
I'm obviously in the UK. I've just had air conditioning fitted in my bedroom and my kids' bedroom and our front lounge.
Yeah.
And so I'm crouching on the floor in my bedroom because it's 36 degrees outside. And I
Wait,
can't.
your bedroom or your kid's bedroom?
No, my one. And I can't leave this room because it's 30 degrees in my house.
Wait, you got the AC installed or fixed? Sorry, I was trying to find your camera.
Like both, basically, installed from scratch on Tuesday. And it went live on Wednesday.
And what does that cost?
Looking at about £4,500 for 3 rooms.
£4,500.
$6,000 maybe for 3 rooms.
$6,000. For how many square feet does that cover?
No, not much. You're probably looking
at your metric. What's your square metrics? Whatever.
I'm looking at this room and I'm thinking, okay, it's about.
You're 6'3". How many times can you lay down in it?
Yeah, like that's what I'm working at. It's probably about 5 meters by 6 meters. This room. The kids' room is about 4 by 4, maybe 5 by 4.
5 meters, so 15 feet.
So 30 square meters and about 28 square meters.
Okay. All right, so yeah, it's what, 2,000 square feet, something like that.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money. Wow,
mate. Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
AC doesn't come as standard in this country, so
I know.
They can charge an absolute bomb for it.
But you would think that if they could install this stuff, why is it not more popular? Because when I lived there, you're right, not a single place that I stayed in had AC, and ridiculous.
Yeah, nowhere.
But why? Like, why would more people not do what you just did? Because it's too expensive? Because the homes are too old?
Yeah, and also like the way houses are structured here, if you do it retrospectively, like you have to have things like open walls where they can put condensing units outside. It's not as easy as just getting it. You can't just suddenly get it ducted into your house. Like then you're looking at a proper, I don't know, up to a $50,000 project. So you have to get these units installed that are on the wall. Obviously, you know what an aircon unit looks like.
Yeah.
Installed against the wall, but it needs an external condenser to blow that hot air out. And so you need one of those for each room, like a HVAC unit style.
So is there something on the outside of the house at each room that okay. Exactly. So you have 3 of those basically.
Exactly, yeah.
And each one's $2,000.
About in dollars, yeah.
And then you're paying what? £50 a month to maintain it?
No, you're not. I mean, what you mean, like electricity cost?
Yeah.
No, probably a bit less because we have a hybrid, so our electric costs are lower. If you have a hybrid or electric car,
what's a hybrid?
A hybrid is literally like part electric, part petrol.
But not car. You're saying you have a hybrid car? Or you have a hybrid AC unit?
Hybrid car, and when you have a hybrid car, you can switch your energy plan to a lower cost electric plan.
Chase, you driving a hybrid car? Chase. That's an amazing mustache. Wait 1 sec. Wait, so Hemant, you're saying, sorry, say that again. I'm so distracted. I'm trying to get all this set up. So you have a hybrid car. Why? So that drives down your power expense?
Exactly, because you can choose an alternative energy plan where, because you
from who? You choose that from where?
Your energy provider. So like, for example, I don't know who you have out there, but your energy providers will give you a different plan, a cheaper plan per kilowatt, basically. Lower cost per kilowatt if you have an electric or hybrid vehicle.
But they're subsidizing it. It doesn't actually make it cheaper for them. The government's subsidizing that.
I have no idea.
Huh.
To be honest, they make enough money, so I don't think it matters.
Chase, that's beautiful. Bring that up on the big screen.
Oh, what a view.
Look at Zona. Where are you driving to?
To my meeting.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. Wow, that is gorgeous.
That's the drive.
I'm trying to get this screen right. Sorry.
Chase needs to take us straight into the heart of Scottsdale with that view.
Yeah, that's what he's
Yeah.
doing. Where's your
Right to
meeting?
the promise.
Downtown?
Straight to Riot House.
No, it's just in Gilbert.
Dan Gilbert?
In Gilbert.
Oh, okay.
Dan Gilbert. I'm
Not quite
not
as
in
exciting.
Cleveland.
Not quite as exciting.
No, it's not.
LeBron's going back to Cleveland by the looks of it, isn't he?
Oh yeah. I don't know. I don't follow basketball.
Oh, fine.
Wait, is that real?
I don't know. I read something. Apparently,
trying-
Lakers want Jarrett Allen.
Jared Allen's incredible.
I
I
know.
love him. He's on my fantasy team. Says potential LeBron James' return to the Cleveland Cavaliers appears to be far from reality as blah blah blah. Right now, the Cavs can only offer LeBron $4 million. Says Pat McAfee on the Pat McAfee show. That's fairly credible. I don't know, but
Because he needs money, right? That $1 billion Nike deal isn't enough or whatever it is.
say it again.
I mean, hasn't he got a $1 billion Nike sponsorship deal over 10 years or something?
Oh, you're saying go do Cleveland and just
He doesn't even need to get paid.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, but I don't know. I think you get to that point. I don't know. That's interesting. Did someone do that? Who's given up salary and won a championship with their? I mean, he already did that in the past, didn't he?
Is Jalen Brunson's giving up a supermax, isn't he? For the Knicks?
Yeah, but he's gonna get it again, I bet.
Yeah, true.
I mean,
But
is Minaj still staying up till 3 a.m. watching NBA?
Don't know. Don't think so.
No.
He obviously watches and follows.
Do you watch live from over there?
Not that much. Like I watch highlights the next day.
Yeah, there's no way you have time to be doing that.
It's the highlights when I'm on the train and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or train or toilet, one or the other.
That really sucks. That are they opening up international? I think for NBA.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that's a huge opportunity. It's like you literally want to watch it, but you can't even do
It's
it.
a matter of time before suddenly they're like in Saudi for like 5 games a season.
Yeah.
Says NBA is actively collaborating with FIBA. You know what that is? FIBA.
Yeah, Federation of International Basketball Association.
That's like the everything else NBA.
It's like the FIFA of NBA of basketball.
Says working with them to establish a 16-team pan-European professional league. But that doesn't sound like it's an extension of the NBA.
I thought I saw something on it, but they might have just been chirping about that's a strategy they need to do, and they didn't have any plans on it.
I thought I just read it too. Maybe it was the NFL, but I don't see that either. Maybe we're all getting the same fake news because I swore I just saw this was like happening.
Well, NFL is. They already have.
Well, they have games abroad, but they don't have teams. I thought they were actually opening up and selling teams and selling actual slots for new franchises.
Oh, I didn't hear that. I thought you meant NBA pulling an NFL playbook and having games over in Europe, which I don't see why they wouldn't.
Yeah, Hammett will go. Hammett, you ever been to a real football game or a basketball game?
I've been to a real basketball game when we were in San Francisco.
Did we go?
You didn't, but we went. Before
You and Chase?
Before
No, I didn't go.
It was before Draper started. And then I've been to Raptors numerous times. I went to Raptors finals against Golden State.
Oh, sick. In Toronto?
Yeah.
Real
Oh,
sick.
that's sick.
That was amazing.
When are you next in Toronto?
Next year?
For fam?
Yeah. Coming to LA first in September, October. Last week.
Are you?
Yep.
What are you doing?
Got my cousin's wedding in Santa Monica. And then for like 4 days, Priyanka and I were going to go to Cabo.
Whoa.
Thought we've got no kids. So we thought, you know what? Let's go live the good life.
Wait, where are the kids? Your parents are watching them in Santa Monica.
Her parents are gonna, because my parents will be there, so her parents will keep them back here.
The kids are staying in the UK.
Yeah, because it's
Oh
school.
wow.
It's school
Oh.
time.
When's the last time you got away from the kids like that? Just you two?
To be fair, not too long ago. We did like 3 nights in Porto, but that was for another wedding.
You guys travel a lot, but you're always bringing the kids everywhere.
Normally, yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. All right, well, Chase, why don't you head over to LA in October then? See him.
I already told him I would.
I know you would.
I'm actually going to be in LA. Well, All In Summit's on the 13th, so I'll be there.
Is that 13th September?
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, I forgot you were going. That's great. I got to pull it up. Yeah, September 13th to 15th.
How long is the drive from LA to where you are?
Like 5 hours.
Is there like a meet in the middle spot?
Not really. It's all desert.
But if I pull this up here, you see it. Wait, Chase, you applied and then how much did it cost? 45?
To apply, it was like $500, and then once you get in, it's like $5,000.
7,500?
Oh, is it?
My gosh!
Yeah.
Is this the most you've ever paid for it? Wow, these are pretty legit.
Well, I'm not paying personally, but if
business.
it's business.
This podcast is amazing. Like, look at this. These guys, this is their 5th year doing this event. They are 300 episodes now. Like, look at this. These people are legendary. Every one of them on here.
Yeah.
What a good. All In is. Hammett, when did you start listening to All In?
Ages ago.
Yeah, I think, Chase, you were on it before any of us, I recall.
I think Jack told me about it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Wait, so what do you do? So you go down here and you just like...
They have a ton of different events for it. I mean, you're just trying to chum up, rub elbows with the right people, and I mean, that's our goal at least. There's not a particular topic that we're going for to listen to the expert in that field or something. Nothing to do with that. It's more of just trying to, rub elbows with investors and developers and people interested in data centers.
You want to fundraise?
But maybe fundraise, maybe off-taker, maybe, I don't know. There could be, we recently went to an event just local and found someone that they have so when you take gas and you step it down from a giant gas line to a small gas line to use at your property, there's a ton of pressure drop down. So they use that pressure drop down to create more energy. So on the pressure drop down, it spins a turbine, creates energy.
You mean the pressure that comes off of it? The depressurization is turned into energy. They use that?
Correct, because they got to take it from like super heavy pressure to lower pressure to be able to go and use it on the property. And you're not,
but that's not going from gas to LNG. It's not liquefying it.
Not
it's
yet.
Just purely, just making it even smaller to go to a home. Okay, sorry.
Yep. And so anyway, we met these guys who you have to drop the pressure anyway, and these guys help you capture energy from that as well as cooling from that. So like gas, when you have a pressure drop in gas, there's a cooling effect, that's like a byproduct of that process. So they capture the cooling as well, and you can use that for your facility. So it's not like major power you get out of it, and it's not major cooling you get out of it. But if you have to drop the pressure anyway, you might as well get some free power and some free cooling. So anyway, like the idea in this summit is to find more people like that, or get meetings with people that have products that we can use, or take advantage of.
Okay,
Plus, I
Hammond and I
just
were
want to get
talking. I
around.
was
I
talking
haven't
about
been
AC.
around business people in a long time.
Hammond and I were talking about AC units earlier. You sound like you're a little more advanced on the cooling side. Wait, what are you doing exactly? You're building your own data center, so you're trying to find the infrastructure and stuff like that. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah. Our partner already has their like a particular. They have like a particular design that they use that makes it. It's like patented, and it makes it useful for data centers because it pulls the heat and it like circulates the heat better than any just normal out of box data center. So that they already have that. And then power providers, to like power the data center, we're
But
behind the
it's
meter. So
it's your data center.
it's our land.
Okay.
So we are bringing them in to build that, to the power provider to build a power plant on site. And so we'll have a operating data center behind the meter. Know all the energy will be created on site, and then operate that data center. Our partner though has done this in the past, and they continue to do it. So they're the ones that are going to be funding the data center build, as well as like they have the connections on the off takers, and what they're really trying to do is package ours with 5 or 6 others that they have also in development and sell those off.
And yours is valuable to them because you can get them the permitting before they break ground and all that stuff.
Right. So we have the land. I mean, land and power is everything right now. Like if you have land that is zoned properly, and then when you have enough power basically to that land, either through utilities or gas or whatever, that's the value. So we have that.
How big's the land?
Ours are the current ones only 22 acres.
Only 22 acres. That's bigger than all the UK. Wait, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Hammond, what questions do you have for Chase? That's pretty crazy, Chase, that you're doing that.
I don't, because I'm helping him with this investment memo, so I've read it all.
Okay. What questions should I have for you then?
I think the challenge that we'd need to overcome is there's effectively a POC. The opportunity that you're going for is a substantial amount of money to buy a far larger project, essentially. The people that can fund this are your ultra high net worths. This is not a VC thing where you're going to go and raise 20 million. Like, you're going to need to dip into someone who wants to look into the future, like a real estate type investment.
But how much does something like this cost to do? The whole thing.
Chase, where were we at? 50 million.
Well, our current project, the cost to get it actually operational, they have at 980 million.
The 22 acres?
Yeah.
How big's the building?
59 feet high by, there's 3 different, I forget what they were, like 100 feet wide.
Why do they need 22 acres for that?
Well, you want as many. I mean, it's not just one. We're doing 3 of those on the property, and you have certain city restrictions like setbacks. Like you have to be away from the road this far. You have to have this much space around here. you have to have space to be able to pull in the semi trucks to unload all the racks and everything. And then the power plant takes 5 acres on its own for all the rows of turbines.
You're saying the data. Oh, okay. No, I'm saying yeah, that's what I was asking. All the buildings, everything together. So okay, so it's acres. It's not feet. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Holy shit. Okay, so. Wow. Okay, Hammond. Sorry, I didn't understand that. Okay, so you think that you need what then? You think you need 90 to 180 million?
So no. The whole project needs 980 million.
Right, but then 90 to 180 is 10 to 20% equity because you take the rest debt, I assume. No.
Taking it all on debt. They are, yeah.
So what are you trying to help raise money for? The debt or the equity?
A new project. So we're putting an LOI in today, actually, for $20 million for 160 acres.
To buy that.
To buy that land and do the same thing.
And where is that money coming from? The LOI money.
That's the question I was going to tell you to ask is, how do you get over a potential credibility question? Who do you go to? How do you go to them and ask for that when, let's say, Chase doesn't have a track record of building?
Wait. But he's putting in an LOI today. That you can't just do an LOI without some sort of commitment. Are you putting money down?
No, the way I'm structuring it is a 90-day due diligence period, and then we basically put money down and come up with a firm contract.
The way I understand that these usually work is don't you put down like 5% of the purchase, get your 2-year period, and then you have 2 years to basically flip it, like get all the approvals and sell it to someone. Is that not the point?
Well, it depends on what you're talking about. If you're talking like a real estate contract, is that what you're talking about? Like an LOI like that?
I have a friend who they'll put down 5% of the purchase price of the land. In exchange for 5%, they can walk away and lose their 5%, or they get 2 years to do due diligence, which is essentially just they paid 5% for the option to go get the approvals from the.
Correct.
Yeah. So is that what you're trying to do right now?
Not quite. No, we're trying to move faster than that, but we're putting our LOI in to basically reserve our spot, let them know that we're interested, so that we have time to look into it. We're only doing 90-day due diligence, which is time for us to raise the money. But people do what you're talking about all the time.
But they have a fund to do it. They've raised a fund to do that. Yeah, they have capital for that. And they're building a portfolio in case some of those 5% get lost.
Help me understand this 5% thing in the US then. In that period, in that 2-year period, do you have to pay any form of mortgage payments or anything to sustain that?
You would. Well, I don't know the details, but the person would not do that if it was a bad deal for them, the current owner. So I'm sure that the person is also paying property taxes, even though they don't own it for those 2 years.
Okay, so let's say there's a piece of land in where Chase is, right, in Gilbert Creek. You're going to pay it's $100,000 in value. You pay $5,000, and then for 2 years, are you telling me you can go and seek approvals to build 10 apartments on there? And within that 2-year window, if you get it, great, you can do what you want. You can start building, you can sell it at whatever price hike that you're going to sell it for, or you can just lose your 5% and walk away. Is that what we're saying?
I'm saying that yes, but it's not a US exclusive thing. These are contracts people are negotiating with sellers directly around data centers. So it's not like there's no
any real estate development.
Yeah, like theoretically you could do this in the UK. You just have to talk to the seller and say, look, what you pick a number that like you can't lose in 2 years. I can't lose, but it gives me an option to go get these regulatory approvals and things like that. So I don't know if I'm just assuming they've done this forever, but it's very popular with data centers right now because, to Trace's point, you can, if you have the right connections like Chase does, you can turn a piece of shitty land into a gold mine by getting energy to it and having the right approvals to build there. So
So
yeah.
all it is that 5% is just reserving the right to buy it. So once you have the right to buy it,
Right.
then you can go talk to the city, get all the approvals you want, and then go, okay, yeah, this is gonna work. Now we buy it. Now we actually start to build.
Well, no. So Chase, here's what. Yes, that works too. But his business model is even smarter. So they at the same time they're getting approvals, they're also pitching Mag 7 and all the buyers. So they actually never own the building. They put their 5% down, and then they just immediately basically close on it with a new buyer, so that they just transact through them. So they're making a killing with basically only 5% down and huge leverage on
Right.
that.
So yeah,
so
that is what I was interested in.
We have that option, but it's a lot less money. So we're taking the heavier risk, and we're getting equity into the project. So with our partners, we're forming a joint venture that we each have equity in, and our contribution is this land, this permitted land. Their contribution is the data center. The other guys are the power plant, and that's how it's split up. So we're going to have ownership in the actual data center rather than just having a piece of land that costs 120,000 an acre now is worth, like 500,000 an acre. And then once it's built on 4 million an acre, like that's all good. But that's like, you make a few $1 million off that, not, 100.
But you're saying if you own it, you can make 100 over time.
You can make, yeah.
So wait, so do you get dividends or some sort of revenue stream each month?
Yeah, so I mean, once it's in revenue, we will. That's part of the JV. But again, we know it won't get there. What's going to happen is what you said. Before it's even built, there'll be an off-taker. There'll be someone that says, "Okay, I want the rights to it," or whatever.
Mm-hmm. So. Wow. All right, Hemant, what was your question? How does he raise money?
Yeah, my question is, like, how do you build the credibility to go and raise that money?
Well, it sounds like he already has it. Who's the power partner and who's the data center partner?
Yeah, that's one thing we're thinking. That's an angle that we might approach, but they've got like 6 other projects, and they're literally talking $1 billion each project or more.
No. I'm saying when you build the fundraise story, you don't build it around Chase's credibility. You build it around.
Oh yeah.
These guys they're so busy they're not even talking to you about this 20 million. You want to do it? I think I would just sell the story that, hey, we got into bed with the right people. They know what they're doing. We own land. Like, we're getting totally lucky here, but here's why we're lucky, and we need money to capture this. I wouldn't say anything about his credibility. I'd say all about these guys. And who's the power generator? What company?
They're not that big name wise. It's like Global Land Development. They started their company after working with what's his name? Dick Cheney's who Dick Cheney made all his money from.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Do you know who I'm talking about? You don't know who I'm talking about? It's
no idea.
Anyway, they're the ones that got all the contracts for like to rebuild Afghanistan and Iraq and all that, and made tons of money.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But they're energy providers.
Can I show them on screen?
Sure.
Is it Global Land Partners, LLC?
No, it's Global Land Development.
Yeah, I can't find them either.
Oh shit, I go back. Can you get their website? I want to see it.
I'll have to look at it. I don't.
Power Land Development?
No.
Because if those people are legitimate, credible, these two partners, then that should be the whole fundraise. And I think you only need to raise 4 million, right? And then the 16 you can just finance.
We could if we wanted. Yeah.
So you should be able to. You've raised enough money before.
Yeah. I mean, we're trying to buy it outright, so we're trying to raise the full 20. But
why? But it's probably better off. I bet you have a higher return on capital if you don't.
Of course, except there's enough return to go around. That basically is how we're looking at it.
Have you seen Arizona? Have you seen Arizona Land Consulting?
No.
Apparently, they're really growing, securing massive land portfolios to build hyperscale AI data centers.
Yeah.
Across the
problem with those guys, the problem with a lot of these guys is what they're running into is what the all-in guys all talk about. They're trying to get, thousands of acres. They're trying to power that with traditional power, and that's where all the community backlash is coming from. We're operating in the sneaky edge of it. We're not too big to like raise national awareness, but we're not small where it's chump change. So even like this 160 acres, that would be roughly 400 megawatts of power or of data center usage. The 400 megawatts might make a few little national articles, but it's not. These guys are talking, I'm going to build a 6 gigawatt facility. That's
but 400 megawatts
is not
400 megawatts is not chump change. That's still a lot.
It's a lot. I'm not saying it's not. There'll be community opposition and whatnot, but it's not the same scale at all as these gigawatt ones. I mean, a gigawatt's 1,000 megawatts. So it's like significantly bigger, and so these guys that are doing that are getting farmland that's pennies on the dollars, 50,000 acre, 25,000 an acre or less. These big hedge funds are buying them all up and then, starting the rezoning process. But even once they rezone it, like the whole time they're getting community backlash. Even once they rezone it and start to try to get permitting, they're getting backlash. So it's a 2, 3, 4 year process for those big projects, for those guys. Ours is not. Ours is, 18 months from acquiring the land to operating.
Then why wouldn't everyone just do smaller stuff? I mean, I guess maybe that. So are you thinking that's where it's shifting? Is everyone's trying to do these smaller ones more quietly at scale?
My prediction is that this year, like rest of this year, and then like a lot of 2027 will be about that. Like those hyperscalers and the edge providers are going to be like, well, let's gobble up what we can, because every time we put money or commitment into a 2 gigawatt facility, it gets shut down.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because 40% of them are being shut down right now, and that's only increasing.
But have you confirmed? Maybe not. This would be a hard experiment to figure out. But is that 40%? Are they doing small? I mean, they must be canceling small ones too. Because if the local municipality doesn't like it, that's it. It doesn't matter how many people know about it. You only need those 5 people to know about it, right?
Yeah, it's just like it's a easier story for the uprising people, the outreach people that are mad, for them to show how much power it's using, how much land it's using. Like, so even if they have opposition to a smaller project, sometimes you can just kind of ram it through. And I guess what I'm trying to say is I think you have a better chance of it not getting shut down the smaller it is.
Yeah,
it just increasingly goes up.
I think we should think about putting data centers in water.
Yeah, they talked about it.
I'm not joking.
In water?
Well, actually,
what do you mean?
Actually,
they actually have them in water.
China has a bunch of underwater ones, right?
Oh, in water or actually floating on water?
I think they're underwater. I saw China had.
Underwater.
Yeah.
There's a startup that's worth $1 billion, and they haven't even successfully currently got it done, but they are trying to put data centers on water surface, not inside,
floating.
on the surface, floating data centers. So 60-70% of the planet is still water.
The reason why that won't work is they're trying to do what Elon's doing and put it somewhere where there's less hiccups. That's what Elon's doing. He's going to space. He's like, if I throw it in space, it gets away from all this community BS and we get all the data we need. So in the future, I see it being in space and on land. Like, there's no reason to have them floating.
Well, there's threats to not threats. There's risks and pros to both. Like you look at space, they can't currently figure out a thermodynamic solution to space.
Right.
That's a big blocker for them right now. Whereas on water, cooling mechanisms and all this sort of stuff is fine. The bit that they're struggling to crack is how do you transfer that data when it's floating in the ocean and prevent damage, essentially.
And by the time you figure all that out, space will be figured out. That's my point. And so space will be better, and then that'll be obsolete. And it'll be like, well, we're closer to the data source. It's like, well, we have these land ones that are closer.
Yeah, but Chase, think about the difference in pace of iteration. I think they could probably already do this water stuff within a year or two. It looks like they can, no?
Maybe doubt it, but maybe. But think about SpaceX and Starlink and how much data and how much they figured out how to shield those satellites properly and have them operate properly and have them change, transfer data properly. So they're literally day by day, they're getting closer and closer to how to. Those are like little data centers, up there. Those Starlinks. So like
Google is company Panthalassa. PANTH Panthalassa. PANTHALASSA. I've been looking.
The energy is.
It's really interesting.
Wait, let's pull it up. Dun, dun, dun. Let's look at the website. Planetary scale energy from the middle of the ocean. What do you want to explain it to us? Do you know what it is?
As in like floating data centers, basically. But I think they've raised a ton of money from Peter Thiel or Palantir. It's a serious team. It's not a joke, and they've raised some serious cash.
But what is it?
It's data centers that will float on the water surface.
This is a data center. This
Correct.
fucking spaceship thing I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Yeah, that reminds me of the windmills, right? You're
For
gonna
viewers,
need
you should
5,000
look at
of
it.
them.
Yeah, that might be true.
What's that?
He's saying it reminds him of wind power, which you need so many of them to make it a viable, scalable option.
Fair point. Yeah.
Is that what you're saying, Chase?
Yep, that'd be cool though if they use the ocean waves to power energy.
Wait, can you guys hear this if I play it, or is it not coming through?
Yeah.
You can hear it?
Yeah.
We're looking at today's forecast. We got about 6-foot waves.
What are you building?
Build a thing. Take it out into.
It's figuring out how to use that.
This is the inside of it. Let's see if we can see it. There's no way this thing's actually working, is
And
it?
Chase, they do use the waves, I think.
Do they? That'd be
Oh,
cool.
to create the energy? That's smart.
I think so.
Keeps declining.
It is now 14:31. It's been about a minute and a half.
Port side cuff line is at
I think they're
1.5
sinking
meter.
it.
Cuff is fully submerged.
Alright, so we're at the 31-minute mark. This should happen very soon.
I think it's like filling up with water slowly.
there it goes.
Right?
We have slippage.
This is inspiring.
Vertical.
Vertical.
That tug is going to take it out the strait, and it'll be out there for 3 weeks, trying to hit a variety of different wave states, generate power from those waves.
Wow.
Generate the power from waves.
Hopefully we'll be able to open up the ocean as another energy generating platform for a lot of innovation to come.
You can
You go to sleep and wake up. And the fact that it was still there worked.
That's pretty cool. So it uses the wave motion to generate energy. You're right.
Like you crack
That's
that.
cool.
I mean, you can drop hundreds of thousands of those across like the Pacific, and no one will ever know it's that vast.
Do you think that all this stuff is because at some point someone's going to release something that reduces the costs and makes these models more efficient? You think that this is all just going to be an overshoot?
No.
Because
No,
Chase,
because-
let's just real quick. Wait, think about it though. When you text any AI, you probably read like this much of the fucking like 7 paragraphs it sends. It's sending every person, every message, like 8 paragraphs. You know what I mean? Like there's so many ways that you can probably reduce tokens by 25% overnight.
100% they'll figure out a way to reduce tokens. But before AI existed, or before ChatGPT became what it is today, there was already a shortage of data centers because the world is using more data day by day, period. Like every company, think about your car. Now every car is electronically, powered. It's sending information everywhere, and that's just one car. All those cars now do that. People are using phones and tablets and all that stuff more than ever. It's like data is everywhere and everything, and every bit of software needs to run through that. Like, so the data center world was already still supply constrained. Then this happened, and it became the gold rush, the gold boom. So do I think it's possible we overshoot it at some point? Yes, but I don't think we're even close to that.
Yeah, I hope not. I mean, my investments are weighted towards the infrastructure, but I just look at how many fucking words that AI says to me that I don't read. It's unbelievable because it just seems like
but we're trying to automate manufacturing. The amount of data there is stupid. We're trying to bring robots into the world. That's data is crazy. Everything is getting a computer attached to it somehow. At some point your freaking water bottles will have some sort of computer on it.
I don't disagree with any of that, but isn't that I don't know, but there is some world where what you're saying is one outcome and another outcome is, well, yeah, Webvan was a great idea and pets.com was a great idea, but it took 15 years. And so when you say, a lot of this stuff, I'm like, yeah, I think bots will do a lot of work. There's not a single fucking thing in my day that it's doing consistently. I mean, like little things, but it's not like it's changed my life other than just giving me one more tool to use. But it's not going out and doing my work and like figuring out stuff yet. And I don't see that anywhere.
Do you use OpenClaw?
Claude. No, not OpenClaw.
No, but have you tried using things like OpenClaw?
I tried building stuff for like a year. I find it helpful. I don't find it like, I don't know. I don't. Do you guys? What are you using AI? I mean, I use it all the day. I use it every day, right? But what are you using it for right now besides talking to it?
Yeah, no. I've built skills.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's just talking.
I've built skills in Claude, and Claude Code I think is brilliant. I haven't ventured down the OpenClaw route yet. That is probably like my next step. You need so much time. You need time. But that will be the next step. But I've heard and I heard it on the All In podcast when they were talking about it. They were like, in 15 minutes, I gave it access to like log in to my insurance platform and my like XYZ platform. And they were like, it went, did market research, came back, and it saved me like $500 on my insurance, and it just went and renewed it for me. at a discounted rate, which I would never have done. And so,
fine. No, I'm. It can do all this stuff, but the difference between it doing that and someone productizing that and making it a thing that 40, 50, 100 million people use is a matter of a decade. And that's what I'm saying is like, yeah, I think all these ideas are great, but I don't see any of them actually coming true. Who's saving me $500 in my insurance? Like, why aren't I using an AI for that? You know,
this is exactly why developers will not die. You know, everyone's like, Claude Code and Codex will kill developers. Absolutely not.
No, of course. Yeah.
In fact, companies are hiring more.
Yeah, of course not.
Than they ever have before.
No, it's like all the developers got hotter. Like, no. Why would you
100%.
Why would you dump them when they're getting hotter?
To your point, how am I going to tell my accountant brother to go and build an agent on OpenClaw and connect it to all of these? He's not going to do it.
Right. So I think all the promise is there, but I just don't see the products and the companies besides the chatbots.
It's happening probably behind the scenes though. It's like certain, probably, I don't know, but certain, like our POS. So POS, point of sale, someone's gonna transact. We need to have our inventory loaded in there with pricing and all that stuff, right? So they already exist. So they want to elevate that product. Well, what they want to do is be able to, every time someone comes up, like they want us to be able to be as happy as possible, which would be selling the most things as possible. Yeah. So one of the new tools they just launched was, you know, using AI to understand the customer's buying habits, and then also using us as like the people telling our bud tenders what to do, our goals, those two combined. And it works with the bud tender in real time to say, hey, like offer them this product, give them this discount, like in real time. So that's like a stupid weed company POS that can use AI now to like implement something today that is actually useful.
Fine, but
it's a lot more of those.
But is it actually useful?
Yeah, right.
Because I have 6 different products. Like I use a stock platform called Seeking Alpha. They've been working on their AI for, months, years. It's like, how many products do I subscribe to that I wish I could fucking push their AI out of it? It's like, I don't want this trash. It's not helping me. It's not useful.
Well, I'll tell you, in just 1 year, the AI chatbots that they're trying to get. So chatbots are tough for this industry because it's not like I'm a burger place and like, hey, what do you want to order? I want a burger, no pickles. Like the amount of options.
And SoundHound AI is great for that. Yeah, exactly. That's taking off.
Because like someone's like, oh, I want weed. It's like, okay, like, well, how much THC is in this one? And like the AI, the chatbot has to be able to like see the data and accurately tell them that. And in 1 year, that's gotten way better. So is it useful? TBD.
But are you training? Are you training the AI on your product data so it knows the levels of THC and all that stuff?
They should be. That's what they claim.
Right. They claim. Right. So again, wait. And so you think it's working, or you don't think it's working?
I think when I've seen a year ago till today, it's 10 times better. Like way, 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 way better. So today, I wouldn't say it's perfect at all. In fact, they want us to do a voice call one. Hey, if someone calls, we can take it over with AI voice and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't know. I think we're going to piss more people off than not.
But Chase, this is what I'm saying. Are we overbuilding data center stuff? Because this stuff it's not productized yet.
Yes, but listen, that voice thing, I just ordered like 6 months ago or whatever. I ordered from a place right next to us from an AI automated person.
So
and
Chase,
it was phenomenal. It was really good.
Let me jump in on that specific piece. I've got my camera off because I'm eating my lunch. But basically, so So that is a massive. I'm not sure I'm allowed to say this. Is this going anywhere?
I don't know. It's recording. We don't need to have it go anywhere. You choose. What are you going to say?
I mean, so at Monday, we've released 2 internal agents. So Mondays, the largest part of our business was performance marketing. You know, we'd spend hundreds of millions of dollars a year on performance marketing, and that would drive leads through. And so sales reps would rely on leads that come into their sales force every single day, you know, new leads that come in for a specific product or whatever, based on their region and segment and so on. The process would be that the salesperson then calls those leads, and we have an SLA in place where that salesperson should call them within 24 hours because that's when they're hot. And it would be generated off of a 2-week trial that someone has downloaded. Now, we launched in January an agent that basically calls those leads. So voice calls those leads. It tells you, hey, you are talking to a Monday AI agent. What we're going to do is first, we're going to qualify. It's going to qualify that lead. And by the way, it's educated on our entire knowledge base. It knows more about the product than a sales rep knows about the product.
How did you build that? Did you custom build it, or you're using SoundHound or something like that to do the code?
No, our dev team custom built it.
Okay.
And so they built that agent. Now, so let's say a sales rep is sleeping in the middle of the night, or a lead comes from Arizona, or comes from London, or comes from Paris, or Munich. This agent will call that lead within 30 seconds of that person opening a trial now. And now every single one of our inbound leads globally is qualified by an AI agent.
Immediately on the phone.
Immediately.
Is it noticeably better? I mean, that sounds like it would work.
Mate, there's no myth. There's nothing that slips through cracks.
Right.
You don't miss a single lead.
Did you see Benioff? He said, I thought it was so great. Did you see what he said about how many leads they missed over the years?
Oh yeah, that was so great.
Hammond. He was like, I think like if I add up over the years, like X amount per year for this many years, we probably did not call back somewhere around 1 million leads, and so we have an AI calling like 30,000 of them each month, you know, or whatever. So I think to your point, yeah, this sounds like a great use case. It's why I invested in SoundHound, which is it does this voice stuff. But yeah, and maybe that's enough to power his data centers. I guess you need that. You need like biotech research. You need all this stuff to make the investments worth it in the data center. That's a good example, though. Hammond, that's a great example. And because you're right, every single enterprise tech company will be doing that same exact playbook within 6 months once they all figure out that's what they have to. Yeah.
Otherwise, your competition is calling the customer before you are.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You're dead.
Yeah, and also your mom and pop shops. Like I'm at a bagel place right now. If they implemented that, they probably have happier customers in store because those people aren't taking a bunch of calls. You know, they don't have to hire someone for that. So it's not every business, but many businesses will use that.
Or like, so this is one of the investments I was looking at. I'm not very committed yet, but I called him like pretending I was a customer chase, so they told me that like real estate agents will put this phone number for their AI agent on the sign outside a house. So then these agents get the call first. And like, look at, these are like legit names. So to your point, like McDonald's drive-thru is powered by this or something like that.
Right.
You know, Pete's Ordering. And these are all like mostly like blue collar customers, like small businesses, gyms, shit like that.
Right.
Right. So yeah, there you go. Restaurants.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. So all right, Hammond, I think you're right. I think that's the future. I think that's a great use case for AI. And
yes, we got him.
Yeah. Hey, I'm investing in all this stuff. I just question it. My portfolio is getting fucking clobbered. I'm miserable. Ugh. Like, okay, I just explained this whole company to you. It's down 20% in 2 days to give you some context. So it's like, you know what? If you just believed everything you just said, then this is the time to fucking buy it, you know, instead of
Yeah, but now this goes onto the talk track that you put in WhatsApp, right? Which is when you look at the value of a stock, right? When you ask the question, what is a stock worth? You look at the present value of things like future cash flows, but like when you actually put it into practice, what's the market pricing in? It's pricing in three main things, like earnings growth, how durable is that growth, and what's the discount rate. So if you're looking at it right now, the discount rate right now is Harvey Dent. It's the villain, right? 10-year yields they're elevated. The Fed's not cutting interest rates. That poses issues. But the thing is, like, fundamentally, what I think about is when you're thinking about like a valuable stock, it's not about buying cheap or buying like a hype. You've just got to look at, and this is my thesis on ServiceNow, by the way. I'm actually just presenting my ServiceNow thesis. So buy that stock. But it's where you're thinking like, whose growth is the market underpricing the durability of? So when you think about like how S&P runs like 21x forward or whatever, like in a 21x market, you're not getting paid for growth. You're being paid to be right about which one outlasts this period of uncertainty and continues to grow through it.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We often get sucked into these like cheap melting pots, and we should buy this, we should buy that. But fundamentally, who survives is the question. And that's where you put your money. Who's going to survive in 10 years' time?
Okay, so ServiceNow, they did their last year. They did, actually, let's use trailing 12 months. So they did 14 billion in revenue, call it 11 billion in gross profit. So great margins there. But then look how fucking much they're spending, dude. They took their 10 billion of gross profit down to 2 billion of operating income. So they're spending a ton of it on people and tech. And so that's not a great. So yes, I agree that the business growth is really good, but this to me is a huge red flag.
But then when you start thinking about durability, this is my point, right? The people side is likely to, that growth rate or that spend rate is likely to decrease over time. Most SaaS businesses now are filling backfills only rather than actively growing. So when you think about it, as people buy more of their product, and I'm telling you this as someone who's selling SaaS in a competitive market to them, everyone is buying ServiceNow. When we've got a competitive tool, but it's not competitive because they're actually completely enterprise ready, whereas we're more mid-market commercial. But every single enterprise we talk to buy ServiceNow. And so when you think about who's going to win, I mean, ServiceNow, what was it in the back end of the last 6 months of last year? They did $1 billion in revenue off their suite of AI products. There are not many SaaS companies outside of Salesforce who can boast those types of numbers.
How much did they do for AI related?
I think they did $1 billion.
Yeah, I believe it. That makes sense. It depends how they define it, but yeah.
Yeah, there'll obviously be loose definitions.
Okay, and so they're trading at a 54 PE. Okay, and they grew, call that generously, 30% year over year last year. So if they were to grow 30% again, that's 1.3, 2.6, 3.9, so 4 plus 4. So 17, they'd do 17.5 billion of revenue next year if they keep growing. So in my opinion, that's great growth. But I think if you're going to get a 50% multiple, you should be growing more than 50% top line. Sorry, 50x multiple, you should be growing more than 50% top line. Because then next year, it's somewhere between 25 to 30 on the forward. And then the year after that, you're back into the teens.
You're not going to find a SaaS business that mature growing at 50%.
I'll show you right here, buddy. InnoData. You heard of this one?
No.
Okay. So all right, look. You just got to go smaller. 86 million to 100 and 270 million to 251 million.
No, you missed my point. I said that size, like ServiceNow size.
Oh yeah, no, of course. You probably won't. Yeah, no, I agree. But that's what I'm saying. That I'd rather own this that has the same earnings multiple, but faster growth and more tailwind momentum. They have 5 of 7 of the Mag 7 as their customers, paying them to clean their data. This company hires like scientists and astrophysicists to basically sit in front of the data and like confirm if it's correct or not. They have 10,000 of these people, and look at this revenue. It's gone from 80 to 2. It's going to be like 370 this year in 2 years. So they're like becoming the de facto trendy thing. So you're getting the same exact multiple plus higher growth rates plus a better narrative. So I like ServiceNow, but I would rather do something like this, I think, from a risk adjusted standpoint.
Did you watch the All In Liquidity?
Yeah. I bought
Howard
Hughes. Howard Hughes.
Okay.
And Talon Energy. Yeah.
Talon, yep, that's a good one.
They're both interesting. I agree.
Yeah.
Talon.
Did you watch? Go ahead.
Just sorry. When that pitch happened on All In, Talon was at 360, and then it was at 440 a few days ago. So that I think everyone had the same idea after watching that.
Yeah, they did. The same thing's gonna happen in GameStop. Did you watch that interview yet?
Yep, bought that too, dude. I loved what I heard out of him. And wait, I looked at the numbers. He has first off, he completely made that a successful company. He has 700 million of free cash flow every year, growing probably 15-20%, that he can do whatever he wants. That guy has all the platform in the world and now 700 million of free cash flow and a clear like desire and vision to go take eBay out. I am totally behind that guy. I think he'll do it. Yeah.
So what are we buying? GameStop?
I mean, it sounds nuts. Chase, I think you froze. Chase, you froze.
Is he even in the room? I can't see his icon.
Oh, really? Maybe he left. Man, another down day, Hammett. These markets. So, okay, so want me to explain to you what I think's happening right now, which I could be totally wrong on, but it's helping me feel a little better at least. Okay, so Chase, you're back. Hey,
I'm back.
What did you want to say? Something? We lost you.
Nope. But I'm excited for what he said about eBay. I think he's gonna kill that.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, last thing, then we'll hop off. I thought this was interesting. So someone was saying at the end of each quarter, because index funds are such a massive part of the market, at the end of each quarter, which is this week up until next Wednesday, which is July 1st, if you're like, let's say you're a fund that bought NVIDIA 2.5 months ago, and now it's grown 20%. So you're 20% overweight NVIDIA. You have to sell NVIDIA, and then you probably underweight bonds. So you have to go buy bonds, which drives up the price of bonds, which drives down rates. And so all this like market pullback the last few days has like had really no news like that's causing it to. It just feels like it's turbulence. And so I think I hope this is what's happening. But I think what's happening is semiconductors got so overweight in all of these equal weight funds and indexes out there that they have to now basically sell the profits on all these things that ran up massively the last few months in order to rebalance. And then if you look at the 10-year, the 10-year has gone down the last few days, which would mean that more people are buying it. So I'm hoping what's actually happening right now, and this will all change come next Wednesday on the 1st, is that basically people are just rebalancing to bonds away from high-risk equities. And then as soon as the new quarter starts, everyone's right fucking back in come Wednesday. So I've been buying the dip on semis, but it's getting very fucking nerve-wracking right now, and I'm sick to my stomach. So
can I ask a curveball question then on that?
Yeah.
Do you think, and this is like borderline conspiracy theorist, not fact-based, but do we think the
perfect?
Yeah, those are the best investment thesis.
Do we think the market is pricing in a US-Iran peace deal capitulation, and more turbulence to come.
What does that mean? Define.
Well, let's think about it this way. They've signed a outlined agreement for a peace deal, right? Where ships can pass through the Strait of Hormuz. But this is all related because it needs to drive energy prices down, oil prices down. This all impacts the market. Now, a UN ship was attacked yesterday because they went through near Oman where actually they weren't allowed to go. And now there are talks happening in Switzerland and here and there. And, you know, there's mediation from Qatar and Pakistan and all this sort of stuff. Like, do we think this peace deal is going to hold? Because if it doesn't, like, it'll be a red period for stocks.
I don't know. Will it? Because it hasn't been a peace deal the last month and a half, and stocks have ripped.
But Israel are continuing at Lebanon, for example. And if they keep continuing there, Iran will not entertain it, which means the US will not entertain that, which means there will be no peace. I don't know.
I don't think it'll affect it as much as you're making it sound.
No?
Personally, no. I think, like Don just said, you know, it's they've already priced that part in, I think, and we've gotten past the all-out war phase, and now it's this, you know, even if it's a drawn-out tit-for-tat thing, even if we go, okay, we're going to take Karg Island, it's not going to be this big, massive effort like what people thought it was going to be early on. It's all drawn down. And so anything that happens, even if it's not a peace deal, it'll just be drawn out tit for tat stuff and not something that affects the whole global market.
Hemant, I'm more concerned about China releasing a really hyper efficient thing that makes data centers less valuable. Some software innovation, like a better DeepSeek, something like that. I'm way more fearful of than what I think the bulk of Iran stuff is over.
You're scared?
I think the worst of it's past us, and the rest is like fairly priced in, I think.
So you're scared of China, are you?
I think that not so much scared of China, but in general, if I think of the incentives of any business owner, like, dude, why does it cost me $1,000 in credits to build something on Claude when half of the time I'm like, no, you're doing it wrong. Stop saying that. You know, it's like, no, make these things, like, I bet you we could cut out 30% of consumption on tokens just by someone rejiggering the logic of these. And that is a big hit. Huh?
I've told you to watch China for a while. They're a growing beast.
I'm less scared of China and more scared about the US's bullshit reactions. Like, we're talking too much about stupid stuff. Like, our researchers aren't talking about research; they're talking about gay pride. You know, like, what are we doing? Like, that, none of that matters. Why are we even talking about this?
It's so true.
So, like,
so true.
It's like, that's where my fear is like, we still, I feel like, can be the biggest dogs and be the smartest and the most innovative and all of that stuff. But we're just like squirrel, and our just focus is not there at all.
Whereas you've got a country with 1 billion pretty well educated people that are just building
to have
every day.
One mission.
Yeah, they're just building. I guess another question before we leave, Anthropic IPO. What are this is conspiracy theorist as well, but what are your thoughts? So Trump has banned any non-US national from using Fable 5, basically Mythos, right? Now,
really?
Do you not know about this?
You can't use it?
Do you not know about it? Fuck, mate.
I know the story, but I didn't know that no one's allowed to use it.
I used it for 3 days, and it was absolutely phenomenal. And then Trump, he basically said to Anthropic, you need to ban the use of Fable 5 for anyone outside of the US. Now, what does that do? That gives every company in the US an unfair advantage. It it shuts off Anthropic's growth in terms of like in certain regions. So look at JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs in Hong Kong have now banned the use of Claude completely because of that. Now, what do you think, Dan? I think he's going to get his friends into the pre-IPO, and then he'll release to the rest of the world like a day before IPO date. Fable 5 is now open to the rest of the world, and that IPO is going to go boom.
I'm sure that's what's happening. Yeah, of course. Okay, next topic. Of course. Wait, did you see this though? OpenAI leans. I don't subscribe, so you're gonna have to read past it. But OpenAI leans toward waiting until next year for IPO. That came out 10 hours ago. And they noted their stated fact, which this might just be Altman putting salt in Elon, but he said, well, the SpaceX IPO performed so bad, we might wait a year. So that might just be fake, like he just wanted to throw a shot. Yeah, I don't know if I buy that they're delaying it.
I've only ever made money from stocks because of Elon. So
really? All right, I gotta go figure out how to make money from stocks. So
can you find a way for us to get into the Anthropic pre-IPO?
Yeah, I got a SPV of an SPV of a cousin's best friend's SPV you can put some money into. Yeah. It'll definitely work out. You'll definitely get into the real company.
You got a Jewish friend that'll get you in. Come on.
Yeah.
I'll go 5 removed.
You know what us Jews need? We need like a flashlight I can put into the sky that like all the other Jews that have an allocation in a deal know to like come to my house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just with that ticker. With a ticker.
Yeah, with a ticker. Yeah, that's how it works. All right, good luck with your meeting, Chase, and your data center.
All right, guys.
Hammett, good luck raising money. You guys are the best. Let's get Mr. Ben T on here next time.
We will do.
Yeah. All right. Peace.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye.